Hello. How you guys doing, man? How's everybody doing today? You guys doing well? Everybody well? Is everybody... I could tell everybody's doing really well. And that is really, really, really good news. Because today, I have something that's fucking awesome that I'm going to show you guys. All right, now this is kind of a subtopic within a different topic that Siler has already covered a video on. But one way or the other, long story short, Fangel Staghelm, Fangel's Flame Scythe, buff, the Fire Kitty thing, those items are in the game now. There's going to be a link to Siler's video on the screen and in the description. If you want to see more about the actual item, go check it out. I'm here to show you guys how to fucking get there without an actual lockout, without killing anything. You don't have to fucking kill bosses. You don't even have to kill trash. You don't have to do none of this shit, all right? So check this out, man. Doesn't matter what spec. See, I'm fucking resto. Probably the worst spec to even approach this as, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I'm trying to keep this short, but I'm probably going to fail. So I'm just going to confer with the Ace logo quick. Have a quick meeting, and then we're going to get started, shall we? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's entirely right. So let's just get started. This is once again level 90 Druid. Can only be done. I mean, you could do this as any spec or class, but the Flame Kitten thing is obviously only for a Druid. So I'm just gonna show you how to get there in a concise way, so you guys see that it is actually possible. Most of this trash is easily skippable. Some of it does come dangerously close, like these dogs here. They will become a problem if you come at the wrong time. But for the most part, you'll kind of just have to get lucky. If, you know, before you comment, like, oh my god, I can't get past this, just wait it out. They're all paths, okay? So if for some reason you entered the instance at an unlucky time, it's quite possible that you will accidentally aggro some of them, as the paths are not easy to get by if they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it's not too obtuse. It's not something that you're going to spend all night on. You don't have to kill any of this trash for any reason. Just make a fucking beeline right for a list resort. I'm gonna break this up into parts because it may not be it's not easy. I've wiped, I've died to this trash, I've pulled the old trash, stuff like that. So I'm gonna break it up into parts, and here we go with the next bit. Now it's time for the trash before a list resort. As I just said, I have died to this before. The trick is that I originally thought I was gonna be able to get on these birds. The birds that, if you were doing this trash back in the day, people would get on to bust these egg piles. But you're not going to have that luxury as you're alone, and they toss you off whenever there's not a tank. So what we're going to do here is we're going to rush for these two guys here. Okay, we're just going to run right at them, and we're just going to get them to be killed by the birds. And once they're out of the way, the rest of it's pretty easy. And then from there, we're going to get the birds. They're going to still track you with the fire, and you're going to want them to run over one of these egg piles, and then run over the other egg pile, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to run right in there, hop myself up, because they are going to do some damage to me. There's no doubt about that. And as soon as they start, yeah, there's that Fire Class Barrage. I'm just going to interrupt that, and now the birds should be coming out, and there it is. Look at that. And hopefully, if I've done it right, look, only the one's being hit. So, and there I'm stunned. Now, that's why I've died in the past, because they stun me in the breath, or whatever that you would call this. But as long as it's hitting it, you should be fine. As long as I'm not getting hit, it should be fine. Easily dead. First few times it took me a few seconds to realize exactly what you had to do. But now you're over here. You want that. You see that Molten Barrage? You want that coming right at it. Obviously, just keep yourself healed up. Whatever spec you want to do this in. Probably be easiest as a tank. Feral probably would be very easy as well. And you kind of just want to make sure that it doesn't get to you. Now that it's this way, I'm going to try to kite it back the other way. So it's hitting the egg pile. I mean, the egg pile's almost dead. Not too serious, right? Not too serious. Pretty basic stuff. And I know a lot of people do. You can solo this if you're fucking Bombkin. Maybe even Feral as well. I guess anybody can probably do it nowadays. You can solo a list resort. There's a very cool mount. That's not the topic of this video, but I know people probably already do that. And they're like, oh my god, betcha, dude. I do this every week. But I don't. I don't give a shit about mounts. But now we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Yeah, that's the meta gem proc on my screen right there. But I don't have the meta gem on this guy because it's the same buff, clear casting, whatever. But anyway, so just make sure you're not actually getting hit by it. It really will devastate you if you are getting hit by it. But just kind of like kite it around. And both egg piles are now dead. Now I'm going to go for that bird next. This guy is a pain, but it doesn't matter. And now the same thing here. We're going to bring the fire to the bird. And with 2 of them attacking, it shouldn't be too difficult. But you're just going to want to stand. Birds will target you. They will bring the fire to you. And by the time you get, by the time the fire gets to you, you could kind of easily just kite it around in a circle. Make sure they're taking damage from it. And then that's it. And that's what you're going to see me do here easily. Look at that bird. That bird is going down, man. This is just insane DPS as a resto druid. This bird's crushed. Poor bird. I really do feel bad. That's 1 down, and then the same thing for the other one, and you're almost home free. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. But the next part's the interesting part, and that's why the video is being made. So just want to document everything. Okay, just making sure everything's on film. So you guys aren't like asking questions like, I tried this as a level 47 Bresto Druid, it didn't work. You probably got to be, I can't imagine how you would do this at 85. You'd probably die. But if you're clever, you probably could do it at 85. I don't think you'd be able to skip all that trash at 85. Unless maybe you stealth past it all. Which I guess is an option, but I don't know if that's a good option. Just get to 90 and then worry about fucking mounts and shit like that. But look at this. This bird is going down. This guy's fucked. This bird is done. He's toast. He is toast. What a bird. Poor bird. He's just, yeah, he never knew what happened. And that is it. So that is part 2 of this intricate state of affairs that we have to go through to get this little Fangel scythe, whatever, replica. So I'm going to break it up again in case I do make a mistake. And we'll be back. You won't notice anything. You'll be like, what the fuck is this you're talking about? But I'm just going to take break right now. Break. Okay, break. It's just going to be a break. Would you look at that? The break is over. Okay, anyway, so this is what the room is going to look like after you have completed the trash. That's what the sky is going to look like. That's not relevant in any way. But the mobs back here, essentially, this is Fangel. So this is how you know you've done something right. He's going to be in the picture. If you've never done this fight before, you may be a bit confused where Alystra's actually is. You'll see this very shortly, but you run up here, and he starts a small RP event. That's not going to be featured in the video, essentially. But either way, this is the first time you ever pull Alystra's. The second time, there would be like a feather right here. You may see that if I do end up fucking it up. But for the sake of completionists, I'm going to assume I don't fuck it up. We're going to go ahead and start. He's got all these little captive druids. This guy is actually a pretty major lore character, if you are not aware, but just a little RP, so you just gotta wait. It's worth coming and checking out if you've never been here before. It's actually a really well done raid, a very well done encounter as well. I really did enjoy this, especially as a healer. You get a buff, at least during progression, that you were able to cast on the move, and it made the fight really fun as a holy paladin. So that dude turns bird form. That volcano is gonna look at that. Boom! Alystra's risen from the ash. Used to be a druid's mount. Used to be a green dragon or something like that. Now she's a mount. So now you're going to take some damage here. You'll definitely want to make sure if you're not a healer to maybe, probably don't need to pop a cooldown. But either way, you'll take a bit of damage. Now the goal here is just completely ignore the boss. You want to get 3 feathers. Okay, now this is the tricky part. This is the part that makes or breaks it. You're up in the air. You cannot cross that barrier. Do not cross that barrier. I crossed that barrier. See that? I did it wrong already. So here we go. I'm going to include this because that's important. I want to show you guys that you cannot cross that barrier. If you cross that barrier, the boss will reset. Let's start her over and then do it right this time. All right, here we go. So this is what the room looks like after you have engaged Alystra's the first time. Obviously, that shit's broken off. You click this molten feather. Bird comes out. Same deal. Same damage at the start. Make sure you have either a heal or some cooldowns. You don't want to take too much damage here. There's no reason to. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Like I said, if you come anywhere near that partition while in the air, the boss will reset and you will have wasted your time. Nothing bad happens, but one way or the other, we're going to do this. So I'm going to start in the back this time. I'm going to get this, get that one, and let's actually run all the way up to the middle and get that one. I am now in the air. That is where I want to be, ladies and gentlemen, but I have to be cognizant of there's actually an invisible wall. I cannot fly directly across it. So what you're going to see me do, I only have 21 seconds to do this. So you have to do it perfectly. You have to go all the way over. You cannot go from there because there's an invisible wall between bedrock. You want to come right by this rock. You see this rock? This is where the invisible wall breaks. You could fly. I only have 7 seconds left. It's going to be tight. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Oh, look at this. 2 seconds. Am I going to make it? And I make it. I do make it. How awesome is that? I'm under the world, actually. That's probably not a good thing. But either way, I am here. I believe that's... Yep, there we go. I am all set. And I am on the platform. And I am where I want to be. The boss is still engaged, but I guess that's not really relevant. It's not really going to do any damage over here. And now that you're here, this is where you want to be. This is the goal. I don't want to take too much off Siler because I know he did... the only reason I know about this is because of him. So like I said, if you want to see more about this, you can check it out. But I will show you exactly what you are looking for once you are now here. And I'm just going to zoom all the way in because it's very hard to see. You see this here? These little things? It's called burning seeds. And they're going to be on the ground. And you're going to pick them up. You're going to open them. And they're going to have a burning seed in the bag. And it says, harnesses the essence of fire, granted the druids of the flame. And it's going to turn your guy into a cat. And just pick them all up. You can only carry 5 at a time. Like I said, don't want to take anything off Siler. That's his video on the screen if you want to see more about this. But this is how you get here. If you guys have any questions, if you guys didn't make it, you know, maybe you're having trouble with it, please do ask a question. I will answer you, but please don't be a fucking idiot about it. I've showed you exactly how to get here. So, you know, if it's something like, help, I'm having trouble because of this, that's fine. But don't ask fucking questions about how to get here. I've just showed you. Just watch the video, please. Otherwise, thank you. I hope you guys enjoy. This is brand new 5.2 stuff. For some reason, a lot of people didn't actually know about it, myself included. They just don't tell people about this shit anymore. But come out here, enjoy it. You don't have to have a group. You don't have to have anything. You can completely solo it. Level, what eye level is this druid? 490 eye level. I guess that's kind of high, but not the best gear. It can be done easily at any level of gear on 90. All right, enjoy it. Have a great weekend, my friends.